Hi, friends. There comes a time in everyone's life when they just have to accept that their fake scammer friend is never coming back. That's what I had to do with Ashi. It's been, I think, a month now, and I haven't heard a word from him. I think Brittany actually scared him off with her talk of, is tomorrow going to be the day you get arrested and all that sort of stuff. So, bubbles in my face. I used extra bubbles because I'm in mourning. And I was just thinking, what does Ashwin do when he's sad? He gets in the bubble bath. He also listens to Erasure, but I can't put on Erasure because there would be some copyright issues. So just pretend Erasure is playing in the background. I also couldn't find a glittery leotard. Just pretend I'm wearing a glittery leotard. I'm sure he has spent many nights in the bubble bath crying that he didn't get any money out of me after all of that hard work and pretending that he was my friend. The phone conversations. Before I show you the finale, I just wanted to ask, what were your favorite Ashwin moments? I think my absolute favorite moment was when he first lied and said that my friend Fred emailed him and called him a scammer. I thought that was the most hilarious thing ever. And that's when I really knew I am going to have months of fun with this guy. I also felt like Ashwin would put on a mud mask when he's feeling extra sad. This one is made of mint, so my face smells like gum right now. Pretty soon I'm not going to be able to move my face anymore, and I'll have to rinse it off. Of course, I had to wrap up the story. I couldn't just leave everyone hanging as to what happens to Princess and Brittany and Fred and all those other characters. And now I present to you the Days of Our Ashwin finale. Where did I leave off in Google Plus land? Princess Buttercup had said, "Thank goodness for life insurance. We have a $5 million policy, and that's going to help me and the kids so much." Trying to plan Richard's funeral. Does anyone have any good memories they would like to share? It would mean a lot to the kids. Brittany says, "I don't think you want to hear my memories of Richie. Laugh out loud, out loud, out loud." Richard's funeral is this Saturday at Hump Tulips Community Church. After the eulogy and sermon, anyone who wants to may get up and say a few words about him. I still haven't received the death certificate because we're waiting on forensics to confirm his identity. His body was charred beyond all recognition. A friend transcribed the comments at Richard's funeral and just delivered a book to me with all of them. I have to say, I don't recommend letting just anyone get up and talk, especially if the deceased led a questionable life. I guess I'll start with Brittany. It was in terrible taste for you to get up, Brittany, and for clarification, Brittany actually says, laugh out loud, out loud, out loud, out loud, out loud, instead of laughing like a normal person. What the heck? Richard was totes hot until Chopper got a hold of him and ruined the great thing we had going on. Laugh out loud, out loud, out loud, out loud. His other good qualities were his money that his wife didn't know he had from gambling, and all the gifts he gave me that I used to attract other rich men. Some of them soups old and gross. Hope you're not rotting in hell, Richard, but you probably totes are burning in eternal hellfire, 'cause you are a horrible husband and father. Laugh out loud. Fred's thoughts at the funeral, and a wonderful announcement. Richard and I grew up together from infancy, and you know how sometimes you remain friends with a person simply because you've always been friends. This was the mistake that I made. He was an okay guy until about his sophomore year, and then everything was about him. If it appeared he was trying to do good for others, it came with ulterior motives, which almost always involved women and money. I hoped he would change, and I didn't have the courage to tell him what I thought of him until this beautiful and taken-for-granted wife princess was about to be swindled by a ridiculous scammer named Ashwin. It was time to speak up. I wish I had something better to say, but death does not make one a saint. In happy news, Princess and I are to be married on Christmas Day. The forecast is for snow, and I love the symbolism in that. When the world is covered in a fresh blanket of snow, everything looks clean and new. I want Princess to forget the sorrows of her past and to look forward to a life of happiness with me. Princess's mom said, I can't wait for that happy day, my princess. Love, Mom. And some emails to Ashwin. Hi, Ashwin. After all those weeks in the hospital, Richard suddenly died in an accident. So unexpected. Thought you would want to know. And some more direct baiting. Hi, Ashwin. This might be a stupid question, but do you celebrate Christmas? I thought you might need some Christmas money. I should have lots of money soon, because Richard's dead. Merry Christmas. Love, Princess. And still no response, so I sent him this. Hi, Ashwin. Just wanted to wish you a very Merry Christmas. I'm very busy because Fred and I are getting married that day. Can you believe it? I got the $5 million from the insurance company, but Fred and I don't really need it. So we're going to donate most of it to charity. We are just so lucky to have each other, and that's enough. I heard that a lot of people in India are disabled and can't find jobs, so we're going to start our own organization to help out. I talked to a guy in India recently, and he told me he doesn't have legs and no one will hire him. That is just terrible. If you want to fly up from San Francisco, you are invited to the wedding. You're basically the reason Fred and I got together. Let me know if you want to come. Love, Princess. Back to Google Plus land. Yesterday was supposed to be our perfect day. Fred and I were supposed to get married, but everything went wrong. It was set for the evening in a quaint little rustic-looking church. We had simple white lights decorating the room, and it was just light enough to see the snow falling gently out the windows. As Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring started to play, the moment I was about to walk down the aisle, a different tune started to play. It was one I thought I heard before, and then there was a familiar voice that sent a chill down my spine. It was Brittany. Somehow she got the pastor to allow her to sing Send in the Clowns. Even worse, she took my flower girls and ring bearers aside and put clown suits on them. Our perfect day ruined. And if that wasn't bad enough, Richard showed up. That's right, my dead husband Richard. Fred and I were just about to kiss for the first time as husband and wife when Richard ran in wearing little more than a dark tan. He yelled, I object! I had already used the $5 million from the life insurance company to start a charity for people with no legs in India and gave the rest to other charities. This is a nightmare. I guess we'll have to give the money back because Richard's not dead. But I guess my marriage to Fred isn't valid either. We were going on our honeymoon to India, but that's cancelled. I was really hoping to meet my friend Ashwin's mom, although he hasn't been speaking to me lately. I'm devastated. I think Richard explained how it's possible for him to be alive, but I was in shock and don't remember. Quasar kicked his dad in the shin, perceiving it to be a prank. Fred and I were supposed to finally be in each other's arms right now as husband and wife. How much longer will we have to wait? I still have the signed papers from Richard. I'm running them to the courthouse tomorrow as fast as I can. Richard says, "Ha ha ha, I assume that sorry sap was Tiffany's husband and he attempted to steal my car. Little did he know I was in the middle of working on the brakes when Tiffany showed up for a date, and we decided to make an impromptu trip to Hawaii on her credit card. Her husband apparently then took my Porsche for a spin and the brakes failed. Burned to a crisp, I hear. Oh, what a horrible misunderstanding. Sorry everyone thought I was dead when I was really prancing along the beach in Maui. How dare you cheat on me? Tiffany took me for a test run and everything is in working order. One night with me and you won't have any use for Fred anymore. I have a glorious evening planned for us. Gilmore girls, beaches, flan, and some mating." Laugh out loud, out loud, out loud. Seriously, Richard, you just leave town without telling anyone? You're totes lame. Want to go to the Bahamas with me again? And some sad news for Brittany. I totes can't believe it. I got fired today. My boss said he got a complaint about my cellulite. I do not have cellulite. I know it was you, Fred Flint. I saw the comment card and it had Soup's girly handwriting like yours. I have no reason to stay and hump tulips anymore. Not with my reputation ruined. Going to check out Vegas and get a stripper job where I'll be respected. Bite me, Fred. Richard says, "Remember that time everyone thought I was dead? Ha 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 ha." And some wonderful news. I can't believe it. Fred and I are married. 2017 is going to be the best year ever. When I went to submit the divorce papers, it turns out my marriage to Richard was never valid. Because he was already married to another woman. Who is Mandy, Richard, and how many other children do you have? Fred and I are off for our honeymoon. Bye, Richard. Make sure the kids behave for you, Mom. Love you. Brittany says, "Laugh out loud, out loud, out loud, out loud. You were totes fornicating for the last 20 years. Way hilarious." God doesn't consider me a fornicator. He knew I believed I was married, and that's what matters. My heart. Whatevs, fornicating tramp. Fred says, "This is the happiest day of my life. You are not a fornicator, my darling. Brittany, on the other hand, would definitely fall into that category. I just saw the unfortunate news of your unemployment, Brittany. I hope you're able to do something about the unsightly cellulite that made at least one patron unhappy. You should move to San Francisco. Maybe Ashwin will take you in. Good old Ashwin." Richard says, "I'm a busy and important man. One can hardly expect me to remember whether I'm married to another woman or not. It's like Logan on Gilmore Girls. He can't even seem to remember that he's engaged. Can't believe I'm defending that scoundrel, but Rory is quite beautiful, and beautiful women make you forget things." I'm done with you, Richard. Maybe beautiful Mandy will make you forget you have children with me. I'm going for full custody. Ashwin Shukla, I hope you're okay. I haven't heard from you lately. Fred and I are heading to India, and I was really hoping you could tell us where to visit. It's okay. We'll find a nice tour guide. Thank you for bringing Fred and I together, even though he thinks you're a lying scammer. Thank you for listening when I needed a friend. You will always have a special place in my heart. And what a surprise! It's Ashwin! Or is it Ashwin? Princess, my friend, my beautiful friend, all the best wishes on your marriage. I must ask you something, though, and say this one thing. I love each and everything about you. Tonight I listen to Erasure once more, my pink glitter leotard sparkling in candlelight as I think about what if you had been mine. I will turn to Celine Dion plush doll for comfort tonight. She will muffle my loud sobs. Some people use a pillow. I have a Celine Dion doll. I brush her hair each and every night. I am not ashamed. Brittany, I hate you, bad girl, but I'm lonely and you stay with me in my very expensive flat in San Francisco. Let's cuddle and watch beaches together after we do chicken dance. Riley, he and Richard are both into beaches. What is the deal? I helped find you job. Maybe you'll work with me. You are good at using phone. I know, 'cause you call me over and over and over until I get fired. Also, I guess that good news Richie is not dead, but no insurance money now? I will miss your friendship, princess, especially asking you for money you don't have. I will always remember you. I have to move on 'cause it hurts to see you with Fred. I will always love you. Love, Ashy. Brittany, knock it off! Kind of made your case of the laugh out loud. Bye-bye. See you in Vegas sometime. We'll talk about old times, like that time I stole Mandy's husband from you. Laugh out loud, out loud, out loud, out loud. As you all see, Ashwin wasn't really my friend. He just wanted my money, and when he couldn't get it by fixing my computer, he decided he would go the friendship route. And then eventually, when he felt like he'd formed a close bond with me, he would feel like he could ask me for $1,500, which just shows he really does not understand Americans at all, because we don't go around just asking to borrow $1,500 from each other. Unless maybe your family or something. Certainly not with acquaintances who you've never met in real life. And then he even tried, hinting at the love route, calling me his cutie pie and telling me I should meet his mother. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he worked really hard to not get any money from me, and that makes me happy. I hope he's sitting in jail somewhere. Thank you all for watching my Ashwin saga. I feel like someone like Ashwin only comes along once in a lifetime. But do you think I'll be able to do something like this to another scammer? We'll see.